What's up, guys? Welcome to A Reseller's Life. My name is Chris Lynn, and this show is about making progress daily in life and as an e-commerce seller. This is season number 2, and in this episode, we're going to go over my top 15 New Year's resolutions as a reseller and your 2020 game plan for success. This is a really awesome video, so please stay all the way to the end and smash the like button if you enjoy this type of content. This year, if you subscribe and smash the notification bell, there'll be new episodes on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, focused on growing your e-commerce store and making your life better. So let's get straight into it. Number 1, focus on your one important thing as a reseller, and I'm going to tell you what that is. That is the average listings you have per week and your average profit. This is the most important thing. Once you write this down, you will understand how to delegate your time. As an example, if you want to make $1,000 per week, that's 100 items that are $10 profit per week sold. That's the only thing you need to worry about. If you make progress daily towards that goal and you sell 100 items per week at $10 profit, that's $1,000 before tax. That's $50,000 a year. And you need to do that 50 times this year. That is consistency. Consistency is key. If you want to make 100K, same thing, 200 items times $10 profit, or maybe 100 items a week and $20 profit a piece. That's it. Write that down. Focus on your one most important thing this year, which is how many items per week and how much profit per item. This is going to solve everything. If you focus on that problem, you'll think about what you want to sell, how often you want to sell it, your budget. Everything starts with this one thing. Okay, number 2. Be impeccable and specific with what you say. This is borrowed from the 4 Agreements. That book is awesome. I'll link it in the description below. Be specific about what you want and others will help you. So specifically for me, I'm a shoe seller. I want to only focus on shoes this year. Since I started mentioning that a few months ago, basically most of my shoes are inbound. People are looking for shoes for me. There's a lot of people who don't like selling that. They're sending those to me and I am sending them what they want, but that only works if people are specific. I need to know what you do, what you sell, what you're focused on, what your challenges are. So be specific with what you say. Don't be vague. Don't say I'm growing an e-commerce store. No one can help you. And that's also not giving you're not giving yourself a chance to succeed because you don't know if you're getting closer or farther away from that goal because it's too vague. So be super specific. This is from Ty in my group. Break everything down into the smallest increment and then knock it out. That's just part of number 2, which is be impeccable and specific with what you say. Specific tasks, pick the smallest increment, the easiest thing you can do next. Also, if you can help me out, comment in the comment section below which resolution you like best. And for me, the resolution I like the best is the first one. Just pick one thing. But let's get into number 3. Number 3 is stay service-minded. This is really important. The top sellers on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Amazon, they actually sell what people need. Toilet paper, necessities that you don't even notice that you're using them every single day. But those are the items, the replenishable items that people need. Those are where the top sellers are. There are also plenty of people who do really well selling what people want. So these are really high in demand items, popular items, seasonal items, nostalgia items. These things sell really fast. Fashion sells traditionally really fast if the item is on trend and very slowly if it's not on trend. So this is really important. Number 3 is stay service minded when it comes to people in your life and also your e-commerce store. You want to describe items the best you can, provide the highest level of customer service because the customer cannot see the item. For pre-owned items, that probably means taking accurate, bright photos. Does it need to be a bright white background? Not really. In my opinion, that doesn't necessarily make the item more accurate. It might look nicer, but you want to be as accurate as possible and provide the highest level of customer service that you can. The most specific item specifics, the best photos, and the best description you can to help people understand what it is that you're buying. And if you focus on what they want, you can start providing that and you can build a really healthy business. But in the end, basically the point of this resolution is to stop focusing so much on what you want. Nobody really cares what you want. If you serve what people want and need, and that's what you sell and that's what you give to the people around you, you're going to be the most popular person at the party, and also you're going to make the most money. Okay, number 4. Cook and share healthy food. I'm not going to go too much into this because I don't want to sound preachy, but the book Never Eat Alone is fantastic. And if you share healthy food and make healthy food, one, you're going to eat you're going to save a lot of money because cooking is really the only way to eat a lot of healthy food. Sharing is really good because most business is done, not most business, but a lot of business is done over a meal. In some countries, people actually eat first before they talk about business. I actually consider it relatively rude if someone just goes straight into business when I first meet them. I'd love to have a coffee or a conversation first over a meal, then talk about business. That's just me personally. And working for yourself as an e-commerce person or working from home or running an eBay store, you actually have the opportunity to cook. So I think it's important to get into that. If you want to follow me on Instagram, there I share tips, cooking, and I do eat out sometimes to get inspiration, but again, never alone. I don't eat out alone ever. So that's something that I think is a waste of time. If you're going to eat out, might as well meet somebody to get something for that meal. Since it's unhealthy and expensive, you might as well get some networking from it. Okay, number 5, spend less time on your phone and more quality, undistracted time on 2 things: people you care about and your one most important thing. Your one most important thing is how many items per week for how much profit. Don't use your phone while you're trying to figure that problem out. The other thing is your people. So for me, I like quality time. This past year, I had some amazing experiences at conferences or in person or on Zoom calls like this. Just meeting people, but I try my best not to use my phone at all because it's really annoying, for one, and two, my love language, you guys should read the book, The 5 Love Languages, which I'll link in the description below as well, is quality time. So for me, I love quality of time, and the phone reduces quality time by a huge magnitude. The phone really ruins your ability to focus and stay on track. And also, even just having it on the table, if you're talking to somebody, is distracting. Even if it's on silent, just put it away. Try not to even bring it. I think it's important to really focus because you don't need that much time to knock out your goal. You really only need about 4 hours a day, in my opinion, to knock out a really huge goal. So if you just do that first without your cell phone, you're going to kill it. I use the app Forest for time blocking. It's pretty cool and unnecessary. You can use a timer, like a Pomodoro method with 30 minutes on, 10 minutes off, or however you want to set your time blocks. But long, uninterrupted times of work give you the best opportunity to achieve something huge. Now, I understand some people have families. To give you guys an idea of how I deal with that is, it is 3:39 in the morning right now. This is the only time of the day where I'm not being distracted. So this year, I really want to be focused on delivering 3 really high quality episodes per week, and it takes a lot of time, and I don't want to be distracted. So eventually, I'm going to have a kid, and I don't think that it's going to be easy to knock out stuff while that new human is alive. At least in the beginning, they're going to need special attention. So I'm going to try to get used to doing things at off hours, either really late or really early for the most important thing. And then during the day, you just do the best you can. Because, from my experience, I'm not necessarily a religious guy, but I do think that your plans would be proof that God has a sense of humor, because it does not ever go according to plan. Okay. Number 6. Share and listen to great books. This is really important because great books, you can just learn from the masters. So the 2 books that I really recommend for everyone are The One Thing by Gary Keller and The E-Myth Revisited. These are awesome books. The E-Myth Revisited goes over why most small businesses fail. That's really important because as e-commerce owners, we are no different. We are small business owners, and it's really easy to fall in the traps that lead to poor productivity and your business ultimately failing. So that book is awesome. And The One Thing by Gary Keller is like my Bible. So Gary Keller says that in life, you can pick your profits. Profits with a PH. And I really like Gary Keller, and I'm picking him as my prophet because what he says is businesses should be designed to make as much money as possible, but they should also know where that money is going. Like, the point is to make extra money, but then which philanthropic contributions are you going to be giving it to? Are you helping your employees actually reach their goals? it's pretty incredible that people can build their lives from other people's businesses. Imagine going to work one day, that person pays you enough money to raise a family, buy health insurance, buy a house, have a few hobbies, take care of your kids. That's pretty insane to be able to give that to somebody. And these guys that run, or men and women who run these gigantic companies, they don't need that much money, but they're providing a living for hundreds, sometimes thousands of people, sometimes hundreds of thousands of people. So I find it very inspirational. That's why I think you should listen to a lot of books. My channel is sponsored by Audible. So you can go to audibletrial.com/daily refinement and pick up a free book for trying it out. And if you like it, you can continue. If you don't like it, you can keep the book, and just for trying. So I would really appreciate it if you guys check out audibletrial.com/daily refinement. I have 127 titles in my library, and I get a new one every week. And I really like it. Okay. Number 7, learn something new or master something old. This is really important. You actually need both. I think variety is the spice of life, but also so is mastery. Being really good at something is really powerful because it shows you all the discipline and all the steps required, the consistency required to build something really cool. So what I think is work on your most important thing for 4 hours a day. Really focus, get really, really good at those 4 things. That one thing. Then spend the rest of your time doing something new, learning something, meeting somebody new, new conversation, new experience. So focus on your one thing first. You're going to run out of energy anyway after about 4 hours of that. Then spend the rest of the time learning something new. This is really important. I'll give you an example for myself. I'm really focused on shoes. That doesn't mean I don't sell other things. It's just that my main focus is 200 pairs of shoes going up per week minimum. And the way I came up with that goal is I wanted to see what was possible. So a few weeks ago, I did a challenge trying to do 1,000 in a week, which I failed at, but I was able to do 650 new listings in a week, which was pretty hard. I think maybe my max is around 800 maybe, but my point is 200 is a very realistic goal for myself, and that's based on empirical evidence. So you want to master something. I want to master the best 200 I can put up each week. It's like a realistic goal. It's measurable, and after that I'll focus on other things that I want to look at or take a look at, because that one thing is enough income so that I can just do whatever I want. This YouTube channel can be a lot less stressful for me if I'm just doing it for fun, right? So now that I'm focused on my one thing being 200 shoes per week, that takes care of my income. I can now do my YouTube channel just for fun, share my best ideas with you guys. Speaking of which, this episode and all my episodes are sponsored by my own reseller field guide. It's $35 with code YouTube in the description below, and that helps me continue to make this channel. It's like my greatest hits of videos on how to build a small business, but most of it is free. Like 99% of my content is free. So check that guide out, pick it up. Really helps the channel. $35 with code YouTube. Let's get into the next one. Number 8 is do your best daily and trust the process. This is also taken from the 4 agreements. Doing your best daily is all you can do. And don't make assumptions, which is another agreement of the 4 agreements. Means that whatever happened today, don't judge your whole year or your whole month by it. If you have slow sales today, that doesn't really matter. Slow sales this week, I know it's annoying because you have bills and you're trying to grow your business, but that's just how it is. Don't make assumptions, just trust the process. If you sell 100 items a week at $10 profit, that's $1,000 a week. It's going to take you a while to build a store large enough that happens, but that's okay. Just trust the process, build your store large enough so that you can get 10 sales per day. Eventually, that will happen. And you're going to get really excited once you have daily sales, but honestly, that doesn't really happen until you're like, depending on what items you sell, until you reach a certain threshold. And it depends on each category. There's a person in my group who sells watches. The average watch sale in there is $5,000, and they charge a 10% commission. So they're doing 100% consignment, no money out of pocket. And in their store, they have 66 watches. So it's taken that person the entire year to get 66 watches in their store, but their ASP is about $5,500 if you look at their solds. So that's a different model. That person doesn't want to use their own money, and they understand to reach their goals. He wants to sell 1 item per week because he has a regular job as well. and he wants $500 profit, $5,000 average sale, 10% commission, $500 per watch. And he knows that he needs 100 watches in his store to sell one per week. It's a very low sell-through rate, but it's also very expensive, right? So you're talking about 4 or 5% sell-through per month, meaning 4% or 5% of the items would sell each month. He's at 66, and it's right on the money. He's selling 2 to 3 watches per month. So it's right on that trend. So trust the process. Understand there's a specific number you're getting to, and that will produce 10 sales per day. Just keep going. Don't make judgments. Don't freak out. Don't assume anything. Just stay the course. I have a free Facebook group if you need support. It's called the Reseller Collective. Search for it on the Facebook, Reseller Collective, one word. And it's free. Just agree to the rules, and then it'll automatically accept you into the group. There are thousands of resellers in there that will help you get going. I also have a free 13-step mentorship inside there that will help you organize your goals and set yourself up for success. That's free. It's in there. Lots of people have done that course inside there. It's really cool. And also it'll help you stay focused and surround yourself with people that are doing the same thing as you. Number 9, be kind and listen instead of being selfish and waiting to talk. If you're in a hurry to get rich, which a lot of people are, then you need to do this more, not less. You need to listen more and absorb as much as possible so that you can, apply the lessons from other people into yourself. If you're in a hurry, that means you have to make less mistakes on the way. So you're gonna have to learn from other people's mistakes. Most people are just waiting to talk, and I'm guilty of that as well. But that's not a good way to learn anything. And if you are really, really focused on what people are saying, you ask thoughtful questions and you try to figure out what people are working on. What are you working on? What are your challenges? You try to really get to know people. You're actually going to be closer to them than their family, honestly, because families don't listen either. They just talk over each other, and nothing is more apparent than that. Than during the holidays, you could be closer to someone than their family by just listening. That's really rare. Being kind is actually pretty rare, honestly. Taking a time out of your day to encourage somebody doesn't take that much effort, and it may go unrewarded, but so few people are doing that. Our world right now is so negative. So focus on providing encouragement, being thoughtful, listening to people, and you're going to learn a lot. So the most successful person I know has 400 employees, and she pays as much as possible for that position. And the reason that she's doing that is because she doesn't want turnover. It's expensive to hire somebody. And also, she has really, really high loyalty. I've never actually seen a workplace like this. I worked there for a while, and it's insane how much the employees care. When they exit I noticed this in the lunchroom. When they exited the lunchroom, they turned the lights off. And I was thinking, man, that's insane. That's what a small business owner would do. They would turn the lights off to save a couple cents so that the bottom line is a little bit larger. Imagine 400 people kind of like yourself. Obviously, they're not going to care about your business as much as you, but caring about your business, that's insane. And they care because she cares. That's really how I look at it. They care because she cares. She was able to build this up by helping them build their incomes. I would say the average person in the company earns more than 100K. It's a little bit skewed. Most people are earning about 50K, and then there are some high earners at 300 to 400K per year. But small business owners are always talking about what's the cheapest I could hire somebody, right? I don't think that's how it works. You're gonna have to pay market rate, or honestly probably a little bit better than market rate to get people to actually stay and care. If you're paying them the least possible, that's showing that you care about paying them the least possible. You should focus on making their workplace comfortable, clean, uncluttered. You should focus on making their job easier so that it's less likely to make mistakes. I paid James, my worker, a little bit more per item, and I'm like, if I pay more, can you do a better job? Because, I'm always unsatisfied with the quality of work you're producing. What if I just pay you more? Can you produce exactly what I'm looking for? So I ended up almost doubling his pay on certain tasks because I want him to do a good job. So now I can have much higher expectations but the quality of the work he's producing is much higher. So I think he takes a lot more pride in that too, because sell-through rate is higher. His work is better. He can use it on his resume if he ever wants to show people how he does things. And also, he has a very successful eBay store, which I actually just bought all the items in it. But that, he knows how to do it. In case he doesn't work for me, that's fine. Teach a fisher, teach someone how to fish, and they can take care of themselves, right? Okay, number 10. Journal your mistakes so that you can learn from them, then move on. So right now, I'm really, really, really enjoying a month at a glance calendar. And my prophet, Gary Keller, says that this thing never leaves his sight. And so I'm enjoying it. I'm planning each day while looking at my monthly calendar. I'm really liking that because you can see how today fits into the rest of the month. And if you do what you do today, then over and over again, then this month will go as planned. I never did that before. I've tried the daily, I've tried the weekly. That just didn't work for me very well. The monthly way of looking at it is awesome. And I love how Gary Keller says that it's his Bible and it never leaves his sight. And I really appreciate that because I can put in here what went wrong that day, and it helps me not make that mistake again. And a month at a glance is very few pages. It's only 12 pages, right? And the rest of the at a glance is just notes. So I'm journaling all my experiences and mistakes in the back of the book. The front of the book is just the month, and then I use my calendar to organize my day. And it's been awesome. I've been killing it since this. And if I take notes, then I think I can reach my goal faster because success leaves clues. Tons of people say that, and I agree. So pick up the clues where you can, throw them in the journal, reflect your experiences, and also Gary Keller uses a pencil. I use a pencil. So he says, if you erase, you must replace. Something like that. So I just think to myself, okay, if it's in my calendar and I'm erasing it, put something into it. One more insight from that, which is really powerful, which is the people who are most productive don't have a very busy calendar. And the reason is because there's only important things on their calendar. They don't do more menial tasks. They just do the big thing and only that. They may have a big meeting that week. They don't do anything else. They go to the hotel 2 days early, focus on the meeting, have the meeting 2 days later. That's it. Their calendars are actually pretty empty. The goal is actually to have less stuff on your calendar, not more. If you only care about your family and you want all 30 days to be your family, then you need to make big moves in business in order to have a calendar that's that free. If you're making more money but your calendar is getting more full, you're kind of moving the opposite direction. And there's one thing that's really important that Gary Keller says, which is the less stuff on your calendar, the more chaotic other stuff in your life is. So for example, if you spend 100% of the time with your family, your business is probably going to be chaotic because you have delegated it to somebody else. But if you spend 100% of the time on your business only, you see this happen all the time. People's families get destroyed, their health gets destroyed. So like it's kind of a healthy medium. If it's too full, then maybe you're not focused. If there's nothing on your calendar but work, then it's the opposite effect. You're going to have a lot of problems to fix in other parts of your life. So your calendar is a good indication of what happens. Jim Rohn says, his mentor, I forgot who it was, said, show me your calendar and show me your bank account, and I will tell you what your life looks like. And I agree with that. Where do you spend your money? Where do you spend your time? That's it. Okay, resolution number 11. If you're still listening, smash that like button. This is a long one, but good one. Number 11, affirm somebody for doing a great job. Who said this? I think it's I can't remember who said this, but most men lead lives of quiet desperation. I agree with that. So it doesn't take much to really encourage someone for doing a great job. It takes 5 seconds. Just do it. It makes everyone feel better. And focus your energy on this. Okay, instead of focusing your energy on negativity, social media is designed to be egregious and aggravating to keep you on it. So my recommendation is just go on social media, share something nice, get off. right? So you can still participate, and Facebook and Instagram will start feeding you positive stuff. It's going to be very quiet, very peaceful, but in the end, I promise it'll be a lot better than living an exciting, dramatic life on social media is ultimately going to lead to your mental destruction. So don't do that. Okay, number 12, share both good and challenging experiences on Instagram, social, Facebook. Talk about things you're going through, things that could be better, or things that were great. I think it's important to share your journey. Do both. Number 13, build one habit or routine at a time. So you can build anything you want in life with the right habits, but it just starts with one thing at a time. Add in a morning ritual, add in an evening ritual, add in an exercise ritual, add in a healthy eating ritual. You can't do all of these at the same time. It doesn't work. Just do one at a time. Build that momentum. And I think it's really important to recognize you can do everything. That's going to take all the pressure off of you, but just not all at once. One at a time, slow and steady. Okay, number 14. Join a group of like-minded individuals. So I have a free Facebook group called the Reseller Collective. Join that. Also, my Patreon group meets live online every day, Monday through Friday at 6 in the morning. I'm now posting all of those episodes in my Facebook group for free. If you want to participate, it's $12 a month. Extremely inexpensive. There are 22 of those calls per month. So we're talking about like 50 cents a call. And some people are charging hundreds of dollars an hour for consulting, which I feel like is actually fair. Like $150 an hour for reselling consulting, where people tell you exactly what to do. That's worth it to me, because otherwise you have to search through hundreds of YouTube videos to figure it out. If it's thousands of dollars, then it's obviously not worth it. But like, I think $100 to $200 an hour to find a specific solution is worth it. But you can hop into the Facebook group, get that information for free. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. in the morning, we talk every single day on a specific topic. So thank you to the people in the group, like Michelle, who are helping me organize the daily topic. So each day we can make an improvement towards a specific goal. Also, every Thursday this year, there are wholesale lots. The way that works is that the wholesale is set up so that the people in the Patreon group can offer them. And then people in the group can also buy them first. So if you're interested in doing that, you can just join the Patreon group. The instructions are in there. What I'm trying to do is encourage people to trade within themselves. So for example, I find stuff that's not shoes all the time. I'm going to wholesale it to other people in the group. People find shoes all the time and send it to me. I want to encourage that type of a community. Every Thursday, the lots go live on my website, dailyrefinement.com/wholesale at 5 p.m. But the videos start at 6 a.m. So you get the whole day to review it at 5 p.m. You have the opportunity to buy them, but Patreon members have access to buy them before then. That's how that's going to work. So pretty straightforward. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, there's going to be new episodes on my show, and there's also going to be wholesale lots that release on Thursday every single week. If you're interested in selling those or buying those, you can email me at chris@dailyrefinement.com or go to the website. And if you can always email me at chris@dailyrefinement if you have any questions. And then resolution number 15 is smash the like button. And also, please help me out and share this video. If you find this type of stuff really interesting or useful, share it on Facebook or Instagram. That would really help me spread the information. And thank you, everybody, for listening to me. I really, really appreciate your time. And as always, I encourage you to make progress daily on your most important thing. Take care, guys.